AS Level Biology 9700 Paper 2 Variant 2 February March 2026, and in this video we will discuss question number 2, and question number 2 is blood transports many substances through the body, including gases such as oxygen and carbon dioxide. Water is the main component of blood. Explain how the properties of water allow the blood circulatory system of mammals to function. So, for this purpose, we have to uh, write some of the functions. So, the question is of 3 marks, then the most probably, first of all, I would like to say that the water is an excellent solvent. So, water is a polar molecule, so it allows uh, it to dissolve a wide range of solutes, including organic substance and polar molecules. So, it enables the transport of essential nutrients such as glucose, amino acids, waste products like urea and plasma proteins in the blood plasma. And the second, secondly, we can say that it has high specific heat capacity. So water requires a relatively large amount of heat energy to raise its temperature because of the strong hydrogen bonding. So this allows blood to absorb and distribute metabolic heat across the body without experiencing large fluctuations in temperature, maintaining homeostasis homeostatic thermal stability. And uh, thirdly, I would like to say that the it has a fluidity and low viscosity. So being a liquid at body temperature allow blood to flow easily through narrow blood vessels like capillaries under pressure. So a hydrogen bonding between water molecules creates high cohesion, ensuring a continuous column of fluid that can be efficiently pumped by the heart throughout the vascular system. So these are some of the functions. So I would like to write all of them. First of all, I would go that uh, water is an excellent solvent. Because it is a polar molecule. to, to dissolve a wide range of solutes. For example, ionic substance and polar molecules. Water has high specific heat capacity. So, water requires a relatively large amount of heat energy to raise its temperature, to raise its temperature. Cause of strong hydrogen bonding. Being a liquid, it has fluidity and low viscosity at body temperature. Body temperature allows blood to flow easily through narrow blood vessels. Like capillaries under pressure. The B part of this question is state two different ways in which carbon dioxide is transported in the blood. So students, uh, the carbon dioxide is transported as hydrogen carbonate ions, which are dissolved in the blood plasma. Majority of the carbon dioxide is transported through this way. Secondly, combined with hemoglobin to form carbaminohemoglobin. And thirdly, it dissolves directly as a gas in the blood plasma. So these are the 3 points. I will write all these three. You will choose according to your convenience. So first is the S hydrogen carbonate ions combined with hemoglobin inside the red blood cell to form carbaminohemoglobin. And the thirdly is as a gas in the blood plasma, which is directly dissolved. Now the C part of this question is myoglobin is a protein that binds to oxygen. Myoglobin is found in muscle tissues. Figure 2.1 is a ribbon diagram showing the structure of myoglobin. So question is describe similarities and differences between the structure of the myoglobin molecule shown in the figure 2.1 and the structure of the hemoglobin molecule. So we have to write the similarities and the differences between these two types of proteins, that is myoglobin and hemoglobin. So first of all, I would like to go with the similarities, that the presence of prosthetic group, that is both of these molecules contain a heme group which contain an iron ion to bind oxygen, and both possesses a high proportion of alpha helicals. So both are globular proteins with hydrophilic amino acids residues on the outside and the hydrophobic residues tucked away on the inside. So both rely on the same types of bonds to stabilize their tertiary structure. Hydrogen bonds, ionic bonds, hydrophobic interactions, and disulfide bridges. So these are so many different similarities between them. Beside this, there are differences as well. So uh, I would like to say that myoglobin consists of a single polypeptide chain. This is a monomer and has one only tertiary structure. Whereas the hemoglobin has a quaternary structure consisting of four polypeptide chains, two alpha chains and two beta chains, you know well. And then the myoglobin has one heme group per molecule, whereas the hemoglobin has four heme groups per molecules. So the oxygen binding capacity, is less in myoglobin, uh, because it can bind only one molecule of oxygen, while a hemoglobin molecule can bind with four molecules of oxygen at a time. So these are the differences and the similarities. So I would like to write any two or three of them, and you will go accordingly. You will listen my this video and you can write down all, or it depends on you. First of all, I am going with the similarities. These headings are only for your convenience, but they are not needed when you are going to write the answer. Both possesses a high proportion of alpha helices. Both are globular proteins. Both relays on the same type of bonds. Now the differences. These headings are only for your convenience. You are not going to give them in the answer. So The differences are myoglobin consists of consists of one polypeptide chain, whereas hemoglobin has four chains, two alpha chains and two beta chains. So globin myoglobin can bind only one molecule of oxygen, whereas hemoglobin can bind or carry four molecules of oxygen. Because myoglobin has one chain, one heme group, because the oxygen will attach itself on the heme group. So it was question number part C of this question, and part B 2 of this question. Contracting muscles have a high requirement for oxygen, which is supplied to muscle cells by the hemoglobin and red blood cells. Myoglobin has a higher affinity for oxygen than hemoglobin, suggests why it is important for muscle functions that myoglobin has a higher affinity for oxygen than hemoglobin. So, here we have to discuss the functional importance of the affinity that uh, it allow myoglobin to readily load. The oxygen when combined with them. So it allow myoglobin to readily bind oxygen from hemoglobin uh, when blood passes through muscle tissues, ensuring oxygen is effectively transferred into the muscle cells. Oxygen storage, myoglobin act as a oxygen store which muscle fibers holding on to oxygen even at a low partial pressure where hemoglobin would release it. So myoglobin will only release its oxygen during periods of strenuous exercise or low oxygen concentrations, or when the muscles cells run out of the oxygen from hemoglobin, delaying the onset of anaerobic respiration. So we have to write the answer. First, its importance is that it lower myoglobin. Oxygen, it allows myoglobin to readily bind oxygen from hemoglobin when blood passes through muscle tissues. Which ensures the transferring of oxygen to the muscle cells. Second point, I would like to write that myoglobin will only release its oxygen during periods of stress or strenuous exercise or low concentration. So these are the points which shows the myoglobin has a high affinity for oxygen than hemoglobin. So it was all about question number 2, and please like, share and subscribe my channel to watch more videos on these papers, and in this way you will be able to get the notifications of my videos. And thanks for watching.